Welcome back to Richmond. This is a very special video today. We've now reached over 200 subscribers. So if we just pan around to the layout, I'll show you what I've been doing today. So you'll notice here that I've removed 3 points and we've started cutting out holes for point motors. Now, if we just bring these over here, you will see 3 points with motors already wired up, so they will fit just in those holes there, and then we can glue the points back down, ready to motorise all of the points on the layout. The only points that won't be motorised are that wire point there and those 3 curve points, mainly because they're only temporary, so they will be removed from the layout once my fiddly yard solution is done, when I can afford it, when I've got the materials together. So after this, we'll be ready to fit one more point motor. So I didn't really want to fit one of these, but unfortunately this point here, that one there, the operating bar is right above a crossmember on the baseboard, so we have to use this, which is a Pico PL11 surface mounted point motor. So that'll be glued in place soon. We'll drill a hole there to pass these wires through. Excuse me. And that'll be the only surface mounted point motor on the layout. One too many, unfortunately, but I've not really got any choice in the matter. As I've said before, if I was modelling true to the real thing, I'd have another foot of baseboard just here, so I could fit some more signs of the goods yard and the loco shed around here. Unfortunately, I'm constricted by space because of the curvature of the board and the size of the room, so the loco shed has to be over there. Now, speaking of the loco shed, we've decided that because when the signal box is in its normal position, which is around here, when I build an engine shed, there's going to be literally millimetres or no clearance, or millimetres of clearance or no clearance behind the loco shed, between that and the signal box. So to that end, let me just move the signal box out of the way again. Beautiful building. This engine shed right here, I'll be taking the pit out and I'll be straightening it to run along the side of the point running to there. So it will still be a loco shed road, but it will just be loco storage. And then when the turntable is in, this track here will be sort of canting round here to meet the turntable around there somewhere. So I'll have another track off the turntable next to it, coming parallel to this, between this track and the running on this track, and then round here into the loco shed with a pit, and then we'll have 3 tracks for loco storage. A little bit excessive for a small northeastern branch line terminus, I know, but using a bit of modeller's license, I have in the region of 10 or 11 locos at the moment, with, let me think, 1, 2, 3 and possibly 4 on pre-order. So it does make sense to have a bit more on layout storage. I mean, it's all well and good storing locos down that side in there and in the train shed, but that's not where they lived. I mean, I can get away with the DMU bit in there, mainly for the fact that it won't fit on the turntable or down into the loco shed, and it can stay there. But in an ideal world, I'd have another 6 inches of baseboard here, so I could, or even a foot, so I could put everything on this side and have, you know, the turntable there, and then the loco shed sort of here somewhere. And I would love to have a bit more room for another goods yard siding. I mean, as it is, this one I think might be slewed around a bit, so it follows this line here and ends just there, just so I can get another sort of 3 inches of space, and possibly another point there just to split it off and, you know, have 2 little sidings. There's one side of the goods yard and a head shunt isn't really very much. I mean, I know you can use platform 2 here as a another goods yard road, but I'd quite like to have a couple more sidings in the goods yard if I could. Unfortunately, I don't think I've got enough room for that, so I can't. I mean, there's nothing stopping me putting a little 6-inch extension piece on here at some point, just to add a couple more sidings. Another point here, and just fan them out a little bit to there in front of the goods yard, just for operational reasons, you know. It won't intrude, 6 inches won't intrude into the room too much, so that's the thing to think about for the future. And I think I will do that, so watch this space. Anyway, that's enough musings for now. We have other jobs to do. You'll see on the station roof there, I've still not done the glazing bars. We're using this 0.25 by 0.75mm micro strip by Evergreen. There are, I believe, 10 strips in there. The glazing bars need to be about 27mm long, so I'm hoping that I can get enough out of this. I'm going to need 240, so I'll have to make 24 little cuts of this. I'm going to make a little jig up at some point and cut them all off, probably tonight or tomorrow night or some point like that. So I'll put that back. Next thing obviously is the turntable. We're still waiting for some parts from Pico for that, but I've got some plans. I've printed off some coarse to ashlar brick paper from Scoutines. That's going to go around the inside of the well, and also tucked in down there is my water crane. I might build that this evening, and I've got a Metcalf workers cottages kit in here, just here, which needs building at some point. The workers cottage we've got there was bought from my local model shop. It's very basic, no chimneys, no curtains, no nothing. So I'm going to build mine with chimneys and curtains and maybe weather it a bit, and then we can put it on the board. I'm going to have to cut one of them in half because there was a row of them reaching off around this way, so that one will stay there. Then another one will have to be cut in half just here at sort of semi-low relief against the back seam. Which leads me on to the back seams themselves. We've written down some sizings here for the back seams. Going to be using probably 9mm ply again, same stuff I've used for the baseboard and the frames. So the back seam will start there, and it'll come all the way around here, all the way around there, and we'll end up at the back there. I'm going to have to move the layout over a little bit, sort of that way, as I've got this massive gap here, about 2 inches, and I've got no gap there, and the station building, unfortunately, as you can see, is hard against the wall, so it's not really letting any light in that end. So if we go down there, you can see that there's a window at the end. Let's just focus on that. Yep, there's a big window at the end, and there's another one on the other side, so they let in no light at all. So we'll at some point we'll get the layout sort of shunted down a little bit so they can let in a bit more light. Because when we put the back seam up, they'll let in none at all. So that is all the jobs in hand at the moment, and I'll leave you with a shot of my Q6. Let's zoom into that. There you go. So hope you enjoy this update, and I shall see you soon.